Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Doc, and welcome to another edition of Doc TV. Now, this is another episode of Week in Review. This is episode 5, people. I'm keeping this going. You see, I'm keeping it consistent. I told you I was going to do that, but this is episode 5, the Doc Report. Now, that's the first topic of conversation right now. The Doc Report is back, but it's at a whole new home, at a whole new web address, people. So now, instead of going to the docreport.blog.com, don't go there anymore. You can still go there to look at old news and stuff, but me and that server have been beefing, so I'm at WordPress right now. So it's the docreport.wordpress.com right now. So I'm still trying to get back my web address from that old server. I'm not going to mention their name. I'm trying to get my web address back from that old server. But in the meantime, right now it's the docreport.wordpress.com, people. So continue to go there for all the latest music and news and everything like that. I have a lot of stories up there this week, people. So check it out. But with this week in review, I'm going to be talking about some music news, of course. I'm going to be talking about some TV rundowns and everything like that. The stuff that we've been talking about for the past, few weeks. And thank you all for checking out the videos, too. I greatly appreciate it. So this week marked the 10th anniversary of Jay-Z's epic The Black Album. Now, I did a whole story on the Doc Report, so you can look at my story about it right now at thedocreport.wordpress.com, which is the new address. Now, the Black Album is one of my favorite Jay-Z albums of all time. Jay-Z is one of my favorite artists of all time, period. But that album definitely, because it was supposed to be his going away album, his retirement album. We all know how that ended, but that's one of like the greatest albums because it spawned so many things since then. Since the Black Album, he was the president of Def Jam. He was, he did the Collision Course album with Linkin Park. He released Kingdom Come, which y'all give that album so much hate, but I actually like that album. Kingdom Come was actually pretty good. I have a few joints on there that I actually like. So, but y'all didn't have to hate it like that, but Kingdom Come, and then of course American Gangster, my all-time. Jay-Z released so many different albums, and you could always stack them up against each other. But that album in particular, I think because I was a freshman in college when that album came out, when American Gangster came out. So I was in my dorm rocking up to that album, going back and forth from VA to Philly, when I, had to go home and stuff on weekends or when I went home on, holidays. That was my favorite album to listen to straight through umpteen many times for like 7 hours when I'm on that Greyhound bus, when I'm on the Amtrak train coming from Philly to VA to, come home and stuff. I'll listen to the album nonstop. So American Gangster is one of my albums. But we're not talking about American Gangster right now. We're talking about Black Album. But the Black Album, I remember I was a freshman when the album came out, when I was a freshman in high school. And instead of taking the school bus after school to go home, I walked to Janoff Shopping Center to Circuit City. Now, for my VA people, I went to Lake Taylor High School, and y'all know how Janoff Shopping Center is right near the school. So I walked to Janoff Shopping Center to Circuit City. This one, I think it was still the old Circuit City, where it was in the actual shopping center, where the Circuit City like a power block plug. I went to that one, the red building, y'all know. But went to Circuit City, bought the album because it was $10.99, and I remember I just listened to the album non-stop. Now, moving on, Scandal. Were y'all just as shocked as I was on Scandal? Now, Scandal, I watch Scandal every week, faithfully, religiously. That is like my absolute favorite show on television right now. And I never miss an episode of it. On Scandal nights, I don't be on Twitter or I don't be on Instagram. But this week I had to, because did y'all see Daddy Fitz shot up Mellie's club and Fitz ain't even know it? Does that mean that Mellie and Fitz's oldest child is not actually Fitz, it's actually the daddy's? Then Mama Pope, she's alive. I was like, what? So, I got Shonda Rhimes and the whole Scandal cast and everybody over there at Scandal. Y'all got me on high blood pressure medication. I'm only 23. Y'all got me on the edge of my seat every week. I'm like, damn. So, one of the greatest shows on TV. So, if y'all haven't caught up on Scandal, y'all need to catch up, man. We're not even towards the end of the season yet. We're not even mid-season yet, and all this good Scandal is coming on. So, I mean, just imagine what's going to happen for the rest of the season. I'm just saying. Moving on to another Scandal, Braxton Family Values came back this week, people, and you can watch that episode on the Doc Report right now as well. It's episode 14, but it's episode 1 but it's actually not season 4. People, it's actually still season 3, but it's part 2 of season 3, so it's episode 14. But it was the season premiere on Thursday, and when the season premiere, we finally see Tracy's reaction to when Tawanda talked about Tracy's husband having the baby out of wedlock and whatnot, and if it's true. So we got to see that. Um, Tracy, that wig though, you got a mix of. I know you went. It looked like you went to Tony's storage and got the Unbreak My Heart wig, but then finished combing it out and it got matted, and you tried to curl it, but it was synthetic and it didn't curl and it kind of matted out. I don't know, like a cotton ball, but I'm just saying. But Tracy looks good though. She slimmed down very well. She looks very good now. She's not the one to be anymore. She is the want to be. She looks good. Um, and then Tamar, she's recording her album Winter Lovers Land, which is in stores right now. So you make sure I pick her album up. Shout out to TC. Another thing too, Tony's recording her album with Babyface, so we get to see that. Hurt You. She wrote that little part about disease and stuff. And then Trina and Gabe heading for divorce again. Now, where was I at? Was I not paying attention to a lot of black blogs this summer? Because I didn't know that Trina and Gabe were back heading to Divorceville again. But apparently they are, and now it looked like it may be for good. Because Trina was trying to get her groove back in New Orleans with that model dude who just hopped up uninvited like Diana Ross on Gots to Be Real, and like Kenya at Cynthia's party, and just comes swooshing in with his mic already intact, ready to talk to Trina. So I don't know if that was a setup on the production end part, but it is what it is. But so I don't. I like them together though. I'm a fighter for love. It didn't work for me, but hopefully it works for you. But I want to see them two together. I like them together. Gabe didn't physically cheat on her. He did do some stuff out of pocket, but Trina gave an orange transaction to old dude in the band though, so she technically did the physical cheating if you want to be technical with it. But it is what it is. But Tawanda, the real star of the show is Tawanda, because Tawanda and her side eyes, and Tawanda with her D-Wood Circa 2008 Welcome to the Dollhouse wig with the side crop and the. Tawanda, I don't like that on you, baby. Don't wear that wig anymore. You're beautiful, but don't wear that wig anymore. I don't like it. But she looked good though. But her side eyes are deadly. Like she was side eyeing the hell out of Tracy in that conversation when there was with Mama E talking about, how Tracy was saying that her husband Kevin had it's a vasectomy, but she said vasectomy. She is from Baltimore though. They are from Maryland, so that education is a little different, but but nah, no shade to the no Baltimore community and nothing like that. I got love for y'all because I have family there, so I love y'all there. But that's what it is though. So we're to see how this season progresses and everything like that. Another thing too I didn't know about on WeTV is that SWV is coming out with a show too. Why didn't no one tell me that SWV is coming with a show? Y'all know I love me some SWV. I didn't know they was coming out with a reality show, so that like it's going to be good too. So that comes on next year. Now, a show that I'm really not into right now is a show called Thicker Than Water, which is a show about this family, this Christian family that came on Bravo right after Real Housewives of Atlanta this week. I don't like the parents because they're those typical Christians, and I'm a Christian. I go to church. But there are those times when you don't want to go to a black church because you wonder where's the money going, where are those tithes and offering going and stuff like that. When you put it in the envelope, when you put it in that box, where's it going in the back? I know sometimes it pays for bills and stuff and electricity for church because my church right now is begging for money. That's why I don't go to my church anymore, because if you're begging for money, hell, are you going to pay for my rent too? Let's make a deal. But if you're not going to do a deal, I'm not going. It is what it is. Oh, good. I know the black community is going to be up in arms at me about that now. But, yeah, so the parents are, the out-of-pocket ones because they're the ones that's saying, well, we got these Bentleys, we got these planes, we're going plane shopping. The mom, I don't even care because if I don't remember names, I don't care. But she got this list on the mirror with the mud on her face, and she talking about these billionaire, goals and stuff that she read every morning, I'm like, really? You're projecting this on television, and you expect people to really go to your church and give you money every week? But people will do it though. They will give their last dime knowing they got to pay rent the next day. They'll get a last dime. They'll be evicted if they want to, just to give you your Bentleys and stuff like that. So that's why I don't like about black churches. It's that stigma about black churches that, you know, they use our money just like Preachers of LA. I've watched that show. I actually do. It's good. There's one of the pastors, I forgot his name, the light bright one. I don't like him because he's too flashy for me. Um, but it's, it's stuff like that that kind of gives churches a bad reputation nowadays. So that's why I do my online watching the church, my Joel Osteen. I just can't get jiggy with it, going to church and giving my money knowing that y'all going to use it for other stuff and not for good, using it for good for yourself. But hey, that's just my interpretation of it. So if someone wants to school me on it, school me, because I let me know. I know what tithes and offering is supposed to do, but seeing that money go towards other people and doing what it's not doing, that's a whole different game story. So it is what it is. But the kids, they're crazy though. They're out of pocket though. I like the kids. They're crazy. Like the one that ran the half marathon, or the mini marathon. She was crazy. I like her, But they real though, cause we can relate to them because, she had the baby young and stuff like that out of wedlock. One of the other ones got locked up, on her birthday for having the strip club in her house or something like that. I was like, wow. So I can relate to them. I mean, I can relate to the stripping part and all that, and the baby out of wedlock and all that. But I mean, they're young. We in that same age range. So we can converse and stuff like that. I can hang out with them. Not that I want to, but I can hang out with them. But but that's what it is with Thicker Than Water comes on after Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we shall see how long that lasts on TV. Pebbles on Wendy Williams. Now Pebbles talking about the whole TLC story again. She was saying she was going to lawyer up and stuff on Twitter. She was all big and bold. Her daughter actually was all big and bold too on her online radio show. Not that I'm shading because I have an online radio show too. But I mean, if you're so high and mighty and stuff like that, you should be on Clear Channel and shit. But you talking like you the big boss bitch. But you really on online too. You're on our level. She went on Wendy Williams Pebbles, and she was talking about how all the stuff that TLC was talking about in the movie Crazy Sexy Cool wasn't true, and that she instilled money for them, that Chili was sleeping with L.A. Reid, that there were certain things she could talk about because of the contractual, confidentiality agreements from the bankruptcy and all. I'm like, yo, now you're just lying. Like, in that VH1 sent her, a letter, a statement saying that the movie wasn't a true story and stuff like that. I'm like, this is stuff that TLC has been talking about for 20 years. You had years to talk about this, but yet you didn't. So that's making you look even crazier now and stupid. Because why are you going to talk about this now, trying to get some comeback fame off of this whole situation when Pebbles wasn't even looking at you? The last thing we worried about a Pebbles was a pebble in the street. We wasn't worried about a pebble, Perry Pebbles. We was worried about Pebbles off shit. Pebbles from Flintstones is more relevant than you. And we worry more about her than you. So why are you trying to come back now with this whole situation, try to act like you're all hot shit now? Moving on to Mariah Carey now. She was on Hot 97 this week from one of her new single, The Art of Letting Go, which is actually good. Has that throwback feel to it, that Vision of Love throwback feel to it. So y'all can check that out on thedocreport.wordpress.com promo. But she was talking about her time with American Idol, and she was saying that going to American Idol every week was like going to hell and working with Satan. And we know who she was talking about with Satan. Onika Maraj. So that's the end of the stories for this week, people. So y'all can check out some new music and entertainment news and everything like that on thedocreport.wordpress.com. Check out more videos from me on Doc TV to you all. Follow me on Instagram at mr_doc. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/mrdoc. So thank you for checking out this video, and thanks for the love, people. I appreciate it. So thank you. Peace.